Without further ado, let's get speaking. Like I said, I'll have my camera, but I will be listening. Trust me, I will be listening because I don't want to miss this valuable information. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a warm welcome to Regional Vice President Platinum from New York City, Miss Renata Krumer. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Hey, Al Thomas, first of all, I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to speak. You remember, within the last 5 years, that was tough time, but you're the one who say, "Hey, Renata, I know that you can impact so many lives. I truly appreciate it today and forever." And I want to tell you guys, I'm super excited. I'm driving too. I know I'm in a car, and I usually like to be at home, but nobody can tell that it's a doctor appointment because we look good, we look happy, everything is fine. What I want to tell you, I hope that you remember the last time we were discussing a beautiful state versus suffering state. Guys, looking at you right now, you know how much I love you, but I don't see even one smile. Come on, guys. Smile is very important. Your physiology, a smile. I know. Oh, you see, Catherine and Jackie, guys, you're so coachable, beautiful. This awesome man, Jet, he's still very serious. Your physiology is important. Come on. Guys, if you can smile for 30 minutes, you know how much change. And remember, you have empowering and disempowering beliefs. And if you that you feel when you're awesome, you feel that you're good. Thank you so much. This wonderful gentleman is smiling. Look at this beer. And I said, Bobby, guys, you all look so good. Physiology is important. If you can smile, would be great. And I have to tell you that you already realized beautiful and suffering state, the difference. We were discussing the difference. I want to discuss with you something what personal touch can do. If you ask me, Renata, what's so special about you being in ACN for 13 years and you're winning? As everybody knows, I'm not the youngest cookie. I'm definitely not the most technical one. Nothing. I mentioned my age 61 that I absolutely love so much. But you know what happened? I believe, you know what I believe? I believe working from heart to heart. That's what helped me tremendously. I have Dintaroli here. I think that he would prove that, yes, that's how she's working from heart to heart. I believe that this is the only way. And that's what separates our team from many, many other teams. And yes, this call leadership call, they created to impact each of us. But you know, I think if it's going to be a more workshop than just for you listening the stuff that I'm saying, and I'm so grateful. Guys, 2 days ago, we started our very first live events in New York. I cannot tell you. Oh, thank you so much. I see Jackie is uploading. Yes, thank you so much, my dear. I have to tell you guys, this is big different. My God, I love Zooms. Look, I feel that now I can hug so many of you, and it's a virtual hug, but it's still hug, and I'm sending you love, and it's still exchange of energy. But guys, nothing could be compared with a personal touch. Nothing. Beside that, from every single person who was invited as new, only one lady said that, hey, she knows a lot of people that opportunity would be brilliant for, and she recommended. Everybody else said, hey, I'm in. I have to tell you, when you're doing via Zoom, doesn't matter how remarkable you are, and like your work ethic is good, and you look good, and you color coordinated. Personal touch is personal touch. Jackie said yes. Guys, it's yes. Do you know when we started, my husband and I started the ACN journey, we opened our house. Do you know why? At that time was tough. We could not rent anything. But I opened my place. We opened our place. And that's what worked. You know, in our living room, we became regional directors. At that time was a big deal because you need certain amount, like I believe 4 or 3, I don't remember exactly, regional coordinator under you. Like it was structured differently. But if we would have never opened our place, nothing would have happened. As I said, you listening, you learning. But if you can tell me very honestly, when is the last time? Not just you pick interest. I understand when you pick, very often you in front of the people. How about not inviting via Zoom, but have some event? For example, one-on-one, this is an event. It's not, you might say, yeah, Renata, you did one in New York, whatever. I'm located, I'm in Minnesota, and I don't have live events. Guys, you created. If you and everyone else you're talking, this is an event. and you can bring someone else who's recently started and they're willing to learn. They want to know how their person is ruling. What do they do differently? Of course, it's exciting for them. So after this event, I always want you to have something. I know you're absolutely awesome. And I know you're running and I know we're following and Al Thomas, you learned so much from him. By the way, guys, do you know that Al Thomas waking up from 4 to 5 and walking and seeing people and talking? Do you believe it? He did the same thing, woke up early, but then started Zoom and say, hi, I'm Al. I have a lot of good ideas. I would like to work right now and speak to all of you and connect. Nothing about it. There is no power in it. Is it correct? What he's doing, he's running, he's willing. If you be very honest today, physiology, you got it. You must smile, you must feel it. And I know you feel it. And I see that you're smiling. I see that you're nodding. I know that you're gonna be doing it. But if you can tell me, because I'll see you next Friday, would you be able to tell me how many people you physically, not via Zoom, you spoke to? And it doesn't matter if your presentation, you would say, I cannot present as beautiful as Al, as beautiful as you, as beautiful as Dinteroli. Guys, do you know that new person you're talking about? I said, I have no idea what's right, what's wrong. I I remember the very first time when we started. You probably know Senior Vice President Byron Nelson. He was with us a few times presenting in our living room. And he was wonderful, but our people not necessarily connected to him. It's like, it's always like that. And then one day he was not able to arrive. He said, hey, my back hurt. I cannot come. Me and my husband, Boris, we were panicking. Who gonna present? We don't have anybody in New York. And then we decide that I'll introduce my husband, Boris, present. Guys, we were in the business for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, recently, less than a month. And I remember when Boris was presenting, at that time it was ETT, ETL, TC, RC, RD, like so. And I remember what Boris said, guys. Of course, he did not have a chance to learn. So he was saying everything. Like he might say, whatever, you need 3,000 points to become ETL. At that time, it was hard to remember the whole compensation plan. Can I tell you what happened? You're going to be surprised. From the crowd that we have in our living room, it was not a big crowd. 6 people said we are in. We were looking at each other. Why? Why are they joining now when a brilliant man who truly, I remember Byron Nelson was easily saying at that time, we were in 27 countries and he's so fast with saying every single country. He's very articulate. And and I thought, and they were like doubting whether they won't start. They were all contemplating. And now, when I started and I remember the word, I said the information you're about to hear can change your life completely. Guys, nothing bright about it, nothing special. And then Boris, whatever he remember, again, he has a posture, he's a good-looking man, and I'm not objecting. It's my husband for 30 years. But guys, that was good enough. You know why people start? They like you, they trust you. Remember, they look at you and they say, hey, Jackie, hey, Catherine, I think I would like to see you in my life. You look like you can be trusted. Let's go. Guys, this is huge. Do you see the young lady Marina's here, who I absolutely love, respect, adore? Do you know she made decision to start ACN journey before she knew anything about ACN? They make decision. I see the incredible man, Steven Sowell. Guys, you need to check his Instagram. The guy is growing daily. He's so awesome. From every activities. Yes, he that, but then he promoting who he is, talking about his. I said every single morning on my morning rituals, he's about touch. Do you know when we met and we met at, so in order to have this personal touch, as I mentioned, Zoom is not enough. You know what Renata did? What I did? In a few weeks, I got a ticket, and I was flying to a different state. I live in New York, California. You know, California, it's not like New York and Pennsylvania. You can be there in a few hours. I took a flight, 6-hour flight. Why? Because I look at Steve, I look at Marina, and I thought, they're different. This is a gift. This is a gift, but I need to act. Would you believe it if me and Renata decided, well, I'm traveling. I do not know if it's truly going to be a reliable partners. Are they going to impact my life or not really? And wouldn't travel there, wouldn't go there. Right now, almost a year later, I cannot even imagine my life without them. Do you think that was it important? Yes, important. Yesterday, one of the new partners said, where have you met Gold Wilkerson and Henry Wilkerson? You know, Gold is world-renowned poet. Oh, I see how beautiful Odette here. Odette, I'm so happy here. Look at this physiology. Guys, beautiful lady, a little bit, a few years older than me, but bright, brilliant. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're part of this event. I have to tell you, having you at the event in Orlando, that you brought so much light. That's what you do, and keep doing it, keep shining. I promise you'll win. I see a young gentleman, Yakov, here. Guys, thank God for this young gentleman. He believes in ACN. He started when he was 18, like young guy, being in front of my eyes for the past 6 years, but I cannot tell you who he is right now. The last event that I mentioned a few days ago, who do you think was the most enthusiastic about this event? Yakov. Yakov, you are absolutely brilliant. He invited Regina, beautiful lady. She started the journey. She came with her daughter. What a beautiful, beautiful family. And am I surprised that Yakov is winning? Absolutely not, because that's who he is. You know, I said, where did you meet these people? But he himself, young and amazing, definitely represent light. You can tell that looking at him, you said, hey, he knows something. And when the source is now from young people, you know, nothing to do. We don't want to feel like, oh, well, they know so much about this, about this. We just learn from them. We just learn from them and be better. And I love when incredible Steve wrote to me this morning. He said, I never won. I don't think I ever thought about being famous. But do you know world need you, Steven? Steven Sowell. Guys, you promised me to check his Instagram. Come on. I'm like looking. I think the whole world is watching him growing. Is it important to me? Yes, it's important to me. What I know, if you would have never met a year ago, many things would be different. Many things in my life would be different. And now looking at both of them, and as you know, every single morning since we met, I'm seeing them at my morning ritual. Discipline. You could be so good, but if you don't have discipline, you can have so many brilliant ideas. And we know knowledge is power. I'm not sure any longer considering AI, because everybody feels super knowledgeable. In a second, they ask question from AI. But if there is no action, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. This is one of the word I use. And one of my partners said, Renata, you use irrelevant often. Many things that I even thought in my head. You know how many thought I have in my head during the day? Many. So many thought that I had 10 minutes ago. They're already irrelevant. You agree? How many thought do you hear? How many thought that you're not not powering, but empowering, not empowering, but something discouraging beliefs you have in your head? Thank God that it's so fast could be irrelevant. And I remember when I started my ACN journey, I spoke to, at that time, senior vice president, now I think very close to the senior vice president platinum, Mike Mazer. We were asking, what is the difference between, yes, you've been for so many years in a business. What about me? I just started. He said the main reason is, I see Leon, guys. I see Leon. Guys, this is another genius. The man that I absolutely so much love and respect. And the fact that he's still not senior vice president, guys, because he's already working on his testimonials. When you see him very, very soon as a regional vice president, at regional platinum, as a senior vice president, I want you to hear his testimonials. Even when I think about his testimonials, I want to cry. But the man is impacting so many lives. You know, at the last event that I said a few days ago, he did not have even one person because he lives in Queens, we live in Brooklyn. He came to support. That's what he always, exactly that's what he always does. But if you see him presenting and him talking to new people after the event, you would see, who is this guy? It is such a big heart. He was looking there like Joe Dispenza, who's already know that he got it, and now he's here to give, and now he's here to serve. Leon Kalachman, we want to make sure the whole world know who you are. So much love for you. Sorry that I interrupt sometime myself and talking about people, my people, but you know, guys, this event, this particular leadership would have never ever happened without my people. I'm looking at Janice Mason. I cannot tell you, this beautiful lady, she wrote to me at probably 7 o'clock in the morning about this leadership. Do you think I take it lightly? No. After being in my life for the past 6 years, she still believed that I would say something that would be so relevant. I'm so touched. It's beautiful. And her testimonials is always, I think, I want everybody to know who she is. And I'm not surprised that she's a significant other for Manny Peralta. And Manny Peralta is incredible, man. We have a group. Guys, I have you have WhatsApp group. Can you tell me, is everybody has WhatsApp group where it's all your team in? Everyone, right, guys? Everyone? It's very important. Even though we were talking about connecting face to face and embracing each other, but this is very important. I have to tell you, Manny Peralta, every single morning, he is inspiring every single person in a group. But the guy is always reading, searching, learning. Am I surprised for that in Janice and many group? I'm not surprised. God makes no mistake. You have a leaders that you deserve. How awesome is that? I say Deet, and thank you so much, Edith. Always discipline, always here, always participating, always supporting. I just want to tell you guys that you, considering that we were talking about personal touch, next Friday, will you be able to tell me how many people you saw one-on-one or two-on-one, three-on-one, or if you want to open your house and do the event at your place, that would be absolutely phenomenal. Would you do it? Even though you're inviting via Zoom, I understand. But one-on-one, or that said yes. You see, I said physiology is there. Guys, with a smile, feeling very happy, feeling that you can do it. I want to see that it's happening. I am super excited myself about the momentum we have here in New York. I did not know that at the moment we open our live event, the momentum is here. You kind of not necessarily think that there is a correlation. You think, okay, I have a Zoom event, and let's say Dean Taroli, his Monday presentation, he's phenomenal. But the fact that they cannot hug him and give him a hug, and look at him, look in his eyes, guys, it's different. You can have a lot of wonderful speakers somewhere. It is very different. And what I have to tell you, Dean Taroli and Jeff Weber and Mike Bissuti, they doing a very, and I believe Tony Kupis would be there. They have a very big event in Lake Tahoe. Guys, if you register, join them. This brilliant man, you can learn so much from them. I know that. What I know that if not what happening in New York and the momentum that we have, I would definitely be there. I can tell you, they might be partially responsible for the momentum that we have in New York. Because when you inspired, what do you do? What do you do then? You inspire other people. You can feel there is nothing happening. If you're sitting at home and feeling like, yes, it could be better. I could have more people. I would have been. Who cares? Like, I remember Tony Robbins said, you shoot all over, like nothing happening, guys. But instead, first of all, you're part of Al Thomas. leadership event, and that separate you from many people, meaning every single day you're learning from somebody. Is it somebody always better than you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The fact that I'm talking today, it is just privilege to be a part of it. But when you're looking at the people that Al Thomas pick and choose, I have to tell you, most likely this person might be a little bit ahead of you only in one thing, only in Asia. And I have to tell you, don't worry if you're looking at me and you said, Renata, I'm younger. Thank God I don't have accent. I don't have your Russian accent. Beautiful. Or I am completely healthy and you went through some health journey, health adversities. Guys, the only thing is your mentor. I'm honored to be your mentor for this 30 minutes. You look at me. I am not allowed to teach you how to cook. I think that Catherine is a much better cook than me. I'm not going to teach her how to cook. I am looking at Jackie and she can say, Renata, you married for 30 years? I married for 40 years. I'm not going to be your marriage counselor. She can say, I'm looking at anybody else and they can say, hey, Renata, I think you're talking about posture. Rick might say, hey, Renata, my physiology is 1,000 times better than yours. Or Steve Towels can say, Renata, I'm doing cold plunge. I'm in cold water daily. Are you? What I want to tell you, that you absolutely don't need to think, I'm not going to learn from you because there is certain thing I'm 1,000 times better for you. If I'm here for this 30 minutes and grab your attention and attention, your attention is so valuable because if you get one thing from me, that's good enough. You might be like me. You might be not doing life events. And please don't worry. You might say, I live in a small New Jersey town. Don't worry. You take one person and you take them for coffee and you talk to them. This is your life event. But would you be able to do it this week? Because next Friday, you better believe it. I'm going to ask you, how many personal events were you able to do this week? Will you do it? I'm looking at you. I know that if you're here for so many years, same as myself with Al Thomas, I know you're coachable. I want to see that you're doing it. And I'm looking at incredible man, Jibri, and I have to tell you, thank God that he's running with or next to Al Thomas. The guy is the most disciplined, very creative, brilliant man. And anything that he promised, I love, for me, if you're reliable, we can do so much in life. And when Jibri said, hey, I'll be, I'll work on it, I can sleep well. And for me, the more mature I am, the more and more I value discipline. If somebody reliable. Or Dintarole, I remember once we discussed him being in Minnesota and shining there. I have to tell you, I felt so good about it. I know if Dean promised, this is a deal. How important is it for you guys? Do you think your people, might not necessarily your team, but people around you, when you said, I'm in, can they relax? Can they know that you're in? Or they said, hey, this one was in a good mood. I'm not sure if it's tomorrow relevant. So relevant, your words relevant, you're relevant. The fact that you're here, we establish the creator, the God makes no mistakes. You're here, you might learn some little thing from me and that would be relevant. And I'm very passionately working on my thing. It's something I'm very passionate about. It's like longevity coaching. I love it so much, guys. I'm gonna tell you more, but I want to give advice, people. You remember, I told you 5 years ago I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So obviously, for this last 5 years, I learned so much about healing, about longevity. Do you think I'm passionate about to share it with the whole world? You better believe it. I am. And of course, want to impact that people. And as I mentioned, that this incredible Steve that's part of my journey is posting and doing something. This is Marina Fiancia. Look at this, Marina Romanov. Guys, everybody will know this couple considering who they are. And this is the project that we are part of. And the project is inspired and created by Gary V. I don't know if you ever heard of Gary Vaynerchuk or Gary V. And I'm very honored to tell and proud to tell that my nephew would indicate that I don't need to work on myself. The fact that I'm his end should be good enough for me to win. That would certainly give me unfair advantage, but that wouldn't be very fair. So I'm playing like a regular girl, and I do believe that I'll be able to impact so many lives. God willing. And you know what I learned also? I know that being laser focused is very, 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 very important, but you can have an interest and impact lives in other area. You can be absolutely phenomenal at ACN, and you can still work on, let's say, if you were able to lose weight and you said, hey, I want to share with people, go ahead and share. Somebody say, I'm good at it. But somebody like Al Thomas, you remember, wrote the book, and I love it. I think that this book is so incredible. If you would say, yeah, I'm an ACN, I need to start with, I cannot do anything else. Guys, do anything and everything where you feel that you develop yourself. And moreover, when you touch somebody else's heart. And I know that, like, each of you, you're so different, you're so unique. I told you about each of you. I know that Marinachka, this wonderful lady, she works in a bank industry, achieved such a big position, VP of relationship. Guys, she knows so many people, and she's a brilliant dancer. And sometimes she said, yes, I'm VP of bank relationship, but let me show you how I can dance. And I recently showed her dancing, and I'm thinking, I'm so glad that I know that, yes, ACN is the project that we're all passionate about, but I want you to share everything and anything else you know how to do. I know that Odette know how to write very well. And yes, we want the whole world to know that she's a writer. Guys, each of you are part of this event, and I appreciate you so much. We touch many different things. One thing I want you to remember, to be in a beautiful state versus suffering. Beautiful. Remember, beautiful state, it's a gratitude, it's love, it's growth versus suffering. Suffering, for you to remember what is suffering: less, lost, never. At the moment you think that, hey, I'm never gonna be young, begin my skin, negative. This is a suffering state. Lost, less, never. You don't want to stay there. But remember, I mentioned Mike Mazer, what I want to say, that he said, if somebody say no to you, and guys, people said no to me, people said no to you. The difference is immature person in any business, in anything, they stay in this no and feel disempowered and feel sad for a long time. Like, you said no to me, really? That's what you did, and I want to help you, and now, oh, I'm probably not convinced, probably my ex and probably my age, da 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 da. Somebody who's a professional, do you think it's irrelevant if somebody say no to you? It's not true. But I can stay there for much shorter time, feeling this beliefs that I might say something I shouldn't. I probably shouldn't smile right away. I probably, it's irrelevant. But now it's taking, you know how long it's take right now? A few minutes. And I'm so proud of myself. Something what used to take a few weeks to think, should I do it? I'm a hotel manager. Should I stop? Should I stick with what I'm good at? I probably, now guys, a few minutes, I said, hey, something incredible need to be deserved. Do you know that blessing need to be deserved? And I said, vision is a blessing. You might need to work a little bit longer. We'll see each other later in life, but you're good. It's nothing to do with you. You're beautiful. I wish you all the best. Please see people this week, guys, from Friday to Friday. You're going to meet people. You're going to speak to them. Even Starbucks, coffee, anywhere, Dunkin' Donuts. This is 101. And if not that, then at 3 people in your house. I love to invite people to my place, but please do something. Nothing can beat personal touch. And I appreciate each of you for being a part of this event, even though it is via Zoom. But virtual hug, I hug you. I love you. I wish you so much success to every single one of you. Let me see. You're awesome, guys. Yes, I want to make sure that Al Thomas is available. And I want to tell you, you're super important. Next week, please you would let me know how many one-on-one you did or how many events you did, but real events, real, when you can embrace somebody, when you can look somebody in the eyes. All the best to you. And Al Thomas, are you available? If you're available, would be great. If you're not available, because remember, he was driving. I just want to tell you, take care of each other, guys. You're wonderful. You're awesome. Go ahead and make a difference. Just know that I am very grateful for you. If you can, if you're able to go to Lake Tahoe, go and make a difference. The training would be phenomenal. And I know there is another training that will take place in, I believe, somebody like what is that training? I don't remember, but somewhere, might be Ohio, somewhere not far, somebody east side of this country. You can travel there as well. But just those two training takes place same week. If you live somewhere near west side, I would recommend Lake Tahoe. If you're right here next to me, the training would be also awesome. I know that ACN training is on. Wish each of you all the best. Stay blessed and feel that you're absolutely irresistible. All the best. I'll see you next Friday. Good night, guys. Great day. Great day to you. All the best.